Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, dreamers and believers, today, I want to talk to you about one of the most powerful forces in the world. A force that has shaped empires, broken chains, built nations, and transformed ordinary people into legends. That force is belief. Not belief in luck, not belief in chance, not belief in circumstances, but belief in yourself. You see, every great achievement in history began as a whisper of belief. Every invention, every masterpiece, every victory, every success story, it all started when someone dared to say, I can. I will. I must. The truth is, no one else can believe for you. The world can doubt you. Your friends can discourage you. Your family can misunderstand you. But as long as you hold on to belief in yourself, you are unstoppable. Today, I'm not here to give you theories. I'm here to give you a mindset. A shift in how you see yourself. Because when you change the way you look at yourself, everything around you begins to change. The power of belief. Think about this. The airplane didn't exist until two brothers, the Wright brothers, believed it could. Electricity wasn't harnessed until Thomas Edison believed he could make the bulb glow. Civil rights weren't advanced until Martin Luther King Jr. believed his dream was worth fighting for. Belief is the seed of greatness. Without belief, talent withers. Without belief, potential dies. Without belief, dreams remain just that, dreams. But with belief, an ordinary person becomes extraordinary. With belief, the impossible becomes possible. With belief, the broken are rebuilt, the hopeless find hope, and the weak discover strength they never imagined. Why people fail? Now let's be real. Most people don't fail because they don't have skills. They don't fail because they don't have opportunities. They don't fail because the world is unfair. They fail because they don't believe in themselves enough to keep going. You can hand someone the best tools, give them the best mentors, provide them with the best opportunities, but if deep down, they don't believe they deserve it, they'll sabotage themselves. Have you ever met someone who's so talented, so gifted, but never seems to reach their potential? It's not because the world is against them. It's because inside, their mind whispers, you're not good enough. That inner voice destroys more dreams than failure ever will. The inner battle, the greatest battle you will ever fight is not against your competition. It's not against your enemies. It's not against the people who doubt you. The greatest battle is the one that happens inside your own mind. When you wake up in the morning and you hear two voices, one saying, you can't do it. Stay where you are. Don't risk it. And another voice saying, you've got this. You're stronger than you think. Keep moving forward. Which voice do you listen to? That choice will shape your destiny. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you don't let fear make your decisions for you. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you're never insecure. It means you move forward despite insecurity. Story. The bamboo tree. There's a story from Asia about the bamboo tree. When you plant the seed of a bamboo tree, nothing happens in the first year. Nothing in the second year. Nothing in the third or fourth year. You water it, you nurture it, you take care of it. Still nothing. But in the fifth year, something incredible happens. The bamboo shoots up to 80 feet tall in just 6 weeks. Now let me ask you, did the bamboo grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? Or did it grow 80 feet in 5 years? The truth is, it was growing all along, just underground, building roots strong enough to hold that height. That's exactly how belief works. You may not see progress today. You may not see results tomorrow. But as long as you keep believing, keep watering your dream, keep pushing forward, one day, the world will see your growth. Lessons from failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. The problem is, most people let failure convince them to stop believing. They think failure means they're not good enough. They think rejection means they don't deserve it. But champions understand something different. Failure is feedback. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Imagine if Edison had stopped at failure number 500, or 1,000, or 5,000. The world would still be in the dark. So why do you quit after your first rejection? Why do you give up after your first setback? Don't you realize every no brings you closer to your yes? Belief is what gives you the strength to keep getting up when you fall. The mirror test. Every morning when you wake up, there's one person you can't lie to, the person in the mirror. You can fake confidence on social media. You can wear a smile in front of your friends. You can hide your doubts from the world. But in the mirror, you see the truth. The question is, when you look into that mirror, do you see someone worth believing in? Because the world will believe in you to the extent that you believe in yourself. Confidence is contagious, but so is doubt. If you walk into a room and you doubt yourself, people will feel it. If you walk into a room and you know you belong, people will feel that too. Building self-belief. So how do you build unshakable belief in yourself? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's a process. Feed your mind. Stop consuming negativity. Stop scrolling through feeds that make you feel less than. Fill your mind with stories, lessons, and voices that remind you of your power. Take small wins. Confidence grows with action. Start small. Keep promises to yourself. Each win builds your belief brick by brick. Surround yourself with believers. If you're around people who constantly tell you, you can't, it's only a matter of time before you start believing it. Find people who remind you of your greatness. Affirmations. Speak power into your life. Words shape beliefs. Every day tell yourself, I am capable. I am strong. I am enough. Act despite fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move anyway. The turning point. There comes a moment in every life where you have to decide, will you let the world define you, or will you define yourself? Maybe you've been told you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not good looking enough. Maybe you've failed so many times that you started to believe you're a failure. But hear me, you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are what you choose to believe today. When you choose to believe in yourself, you reclaim your power. Every single person hears that voice of doubt. That whisper that says, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if people laugh at you? It's important to understand. Doubt is normal. Fear is natural. Even the most successful people you admire, athletes, leaders, entrepreneurs, felt doubt before they stepped on the stage. The difference is this: they didn't let doubt control them. They heard the voice, but they chose not to obey it. Belief doesn't silence the voice of doubt, it speaks louder than it. Story. Michael Jordan. Let me tell you about Michael Jordan. Today, people call him the greatest basketball player of all time. But do you know that in high school, he was cut from his varsity basketball team? Imagine that. The man who became the face of basketball was once told, you're not good enough. He could have believed that coach. He could have given up. He could have said, maybe basketball isn't for me. But instead, he believed in himself. He practiced harder, worked longer, and proved everyone wrong. Later, when people asked about failure, Jordan said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I was trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Do you hear that? It wasn't talent alone. It wasn't luck. It was his belief that no matter how many times he failed, he could get back up. Your limiting beliefs. Now let's turn the mirror back on you. What beliefs are holding you back right now? Maybe you believe you're too old, or too young. Maybe you believe you don't have the education. Maybe you believe your background is a disadvantage. Maybe you believe you don't have enough money, connections, or talent. But here's the truth. Those are not facts, they're beliefs. And beliefs can be changed. Think about it. There are people younger than you doing what you dream of. There are people older than you starting fresh. There are people with less money, less education, less talent, yet they found a way. So the question is not, can it be done? The question is, do you believe you can do it? The story of Colonel Sanders. Take Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of KFC. Do you know his story? At the age of 65, when most people are retiring, he was broke, living off a $105 Social Security check. But he had one thing, his fried chicken recipe. He believed it was worth something. So he went door to door, restaurant to restaurant, offering his recipe in exchange for a small partnership. Do you know how many times he was rejected? Over 1,000 times. Think about that. rejected more than 1,000 times at an age when people usually give up. But his belief was stronger than rejection. Finally, one restaurant gave him a chance. And that chance grew into a global empire. KFC today feeds millions, and the Colonel's face is recognized around the world, all because one man refused to stop believing in himself. The illusion of enough. Many of us are waiting for the perfect time to believe in ourselves. We say, I'll believe in myself when I have more money. I'll believe in myself when I'm more confident. I'll believe in myself when I lose weight, when I get that degree, when I get that promotion. But that's a trap, because you'll never feel enough until you start believing you are enough right now. Confidence doesn't come after you succeed. Success comes after you build confidence. Self-belief is a muscle. Think of belief like a muscle. If you don't exercise it, it becomes weak. But if you use it daily, consistently, it grows stronger. How do you train it? By taking action even when you don't feel ready. By setting small goals and keeping them. By celebrating progress instead of only waiting for perfection. Every representative of courage builds the muscle of self-belief. The enemy, comparison. One of the biggest killers of belief is comparison. We look at someone else's highlight reel and compare it to our behind the scenes. We see their success, their cars, their lifestyle, their followers, and we think, I'll never measure up. But you don't see their struggles. You don't see their nights of doubt, their failures, their sacrifices. Comparison robs you of your power because it shifts focus from your journey to someone else's. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. The marathon mindset. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Some people get quick wins. Others take years to find their breakthrough. But both can win if they don't quit. Imagine two runners. One sprints fast at the start but burns out. The other paces themselves steadily. Who wins the long race? The one who keeps going. Belief is your fuel for the marathon. Without it, you'll quit halfway. With it, you'll endure the distance. The story of Oprah Winfrey. Let's look at Oprah Winfrey. Today, she's one of the most influential women on the planet. But her journey wasn't easy. She was born into poverty. Abused as a child. Told she didn't have the right look for television. At one point, she was even fired from her job as a TV reporter because they said she was unfit for television. Imagine if she had believed them. Imagine if she had said, maybe they're right. But she didn't. She believed in her voice. She believed in her ability to connect with people. And that belief transformed her into a global icon, a billionaire, and a source of inspiration for millions. Her story proves, it doesn't matter where you start. What matters is what you believe about yourself. Action over perfection. Perfection is the enemy of progress. So many people don't start because they're waiting to be perfect. They want the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect version of themselves. But the truth is, you don't need to be perfect to start, you just need to start. Every master was once a beginner. Every expert was once clueless. Every successful person was once nervous, uncertain, and inexperienced. They didn't wait until they were perfect, they acted until they improved. The power of persistence. Let's talk about persistence. Belief is not just a feeling, it's a commitment. It's waking up every day and saying, I will keep going, no matter what. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is not talent. It's persistence. The successful get knocked down and rise again. The unsuccessful get knocked down and stay there. Story. J.K. Rowling. Take J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before success, she was a struggling single mother, living on welfare, fighting depression. She wrote her manuscript in cafes because she couldn't afford heating. When she submitted her book, she was rejected by 12 publishers. 12. But she believed in her story. She believed in her dream. And eventually, one small publisher gave her a chance. Today, Harry Potter is a global phenomenon, selling over 500 million copies, inspiring movies, theme parks, and generations of readers. What if she had stopped at rejection number 6? Or 10? The answer is simple. The world would have missed her magic. Lessons for you. So what can you take from these stories? Rejection doesn't define you. Your response to rejection does. Failure is not final. It's feedback. Comparison is poison. Focus on your race. Perfection is an illusion. Progress is real. Persistence wins. Always. Let's be honest. Success doesn't start with opportunity. It doesn't start with luck. It doesn't even start with talent. It starts with belief. Why? Because belief fuels effort, and effort fuels progress, and progress fuels success. Think about it. If you don't believe something is possible, why would you even try? If you don't believe you deserve it, why would you fight for it? If you don't believe you can, then you've already lost before the battle even begins. Belief is the ignition key. Without it, the engine of your potential stays off. Story. The 4-minute mile. For decades, people believed it was impossible for a human being to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Doctors said the body couldn't handle it. Scientists said the heart would explode. Coaches said it was beyond human limits. But in 1954, Roger Bannister broke that barrier, running a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. Do you know what happened next? Within a year, 37 other runners also ran the mile under 4 minutes. Did humans suddenly evolve? Did their muscles suddenly change? No. What changed was belief. Once they saw it could be done, their minds accepted it, and their bodies followed. This story teaches us something powerful. Limitations exist first in the mind. Break the mental barrier, and the physical barrier will follow. The lies we tell ourselves. Every single day, people sabotage their own destiny by repeating lies to themselves. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. People like me don't succeed. It's too late for me. But these are not truths. They are excuses disguised as facts. The reality is, intelligence can be developed. Skills can be learned. Opportunities can be created. And time. Time is always enough if you start today. Stop telling yourself lies. Because the words you speak to yourself become the walls that trap you, or the wings that set you free. The courage to begin. Many people never start because they're waiting for courage. But here's the truth. Courage doesn't come first. Action comes first. Courage comes after. You don't need courage to take the first step. You need courage to keep stepping after fear shows up. The moment you begin, the fear doesn't disappear, but your belief grows stronger than fear. Story. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was fired from his own company in 1985. Imagine that. The man who created the company was told, "We don't need you." Most people would have given up, humiliated. But Jobs didn't stop believing in his vision. He went on to start Next and Pixar, both successful companies. Later, he returned to Apple and transformed it into one of the most valuable companies in history. Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards." So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. That trust, that belief, is what carried him through rejection, humiliation, and doubt. The role of patience. Believing in yourself is not just about confidence, it's about patience. We live in a world of instant gratification. Everyone wants results now, success now, recognition now, but greatness takes time. You can't microwave destiny. You can't shortcut mastery. You can't rush transformation. Belief is what keeps you patient. It reminds you that though the results may not show today, they are coming. Just like the bamboo tree, your roots are forming. Discipline and belief. Let's get practical. Belief alone is not enough. You can't just sit in your room, chant affirmations, and expect success to knock on your door. Belief must be combined with discipline. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means sticking to your routine when distractions call your name. Discipline means training your mind and body to obey your dreams, not your emotions. Belief gives you the why. Discipline gives you the how. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Story. Cristiano Ronaldo. Take Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest footballers of all time. Talent. Yes, he had some. But countless players are talented. What made Ronaldo legendary was his discipline. His relentless training. His commitment to staying fit, to practicing harder, to constantly improving. Ronaldo believed he could be the best, and then he worked for it with a level of discipline few could match. Today, he's not just admired for his skills, but for his work ethic. He shows us that belief without effort is empty, but belief with discipline is destiny. Surrounding yourself with the right people. Here's something many people underestimate. The people around you shape your belief in yourself. If you surround yourself with doubters, mockers, and pessimists, their voices will echo in your mind. If you surround yourself with believers, encouragers, and achievers, their energy will lift you higher. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need the right ones. And even if nobody believes in you yet, that's okay. Because the first believer should always be you. Story. Elon Musk. Elon Musk was laughed at when he said he wanted to build electric cars. He was ridiculed when he said he wanted to send rockets into space and make them land back. People said he was crazy, delusional, unrealistic. But he believed. And today, Tesla revolutionized the car industry. SpaceX is redefining space exploration. He didn't need the world's approval. He needed belief, and the courage to act on it. The storms of life. Let's face it, life is not fair. You will face storms you didn't ask for, setbacks you didn't deserve, losses that break your heart. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never face storms. It means you won't let the storm sink your ship. Every storm carries two choices. Let it drown you, or let it make you stronger. Belief is your anchor. It's what keeps you steady when the winds howl, when the waves crash, when the night feels endless. The habit of self-talk. Every day, you are talking to yourself, even if you don't realize it. The question is, what kind of conversation are you having? Are you tearing yourself down? Saying, I can't, I won't, I'm not enough. Or are you lifting yourself up? Saying, I can, I will, I am capable. Your inner dialogue shapes your outer reality. Change your self-talk, and you change your self-belief. The ripple effect. When you believe in yourself, something incredible happens. You inspire others to believe in themselves too. Confidence is contagious. Courage spreads. Your example becomes someone else's permission. When a parent believes, the child learns to believe. When a leader believes, the team learns to believe. When a friend believes, the circle learns to believe. Your belief is not just about you, it's about everyone your life touches. Story. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison for fighting against apartheid. 27 years. Most people would have given up, lost hope, broken down. But Mandela believed, not just in himself, but in his vision of a free South Africa. When he was finally released, he didn't return with bitterness. He returned with belief in forgiveness, belief in unity, belief in change. And that belief reshaped a nation. Mandela's story reminds us, belief is not just personal, it can be powerful enough to transform societies. The bridge between dreams and reality. Let me simplify everything into one sentence. Belief is the bridge between dreams and reality. Dreams live in the imagination. Reality lives in action. Belief is the bridge that connects them. Without belief, your dreams remain locked in your mind. With belief, your dreams move into the world. Call to action for you. So what about you? What dream have you been hiding because you don't believe enough? What goal have you abandoned because you thought you weren't worthy? What calling have you ignored because fear was louder than faith? It's time to change that. Stand up. Decide today. I will believe in myself. I will back myself. I will fight for myself. Because no one else can do it for you. Here's the truth. You will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. If you believe you are a failure, you'll behave like one. If you believe you are a victim, you'll make victim-like choices. If you believe you are weak, you'll surrender when things get hard. But if you believe you are capable, resilient, and destined for greatness, you'll live up to that identity. This is why affirmations matter. This is why self-talk matters. This is why belief matters. Because your outer life is always a reflection of your inner identity. Change what you believe about who you are, and your entire life shifts. Story. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers in history, declared, I am the greatest. He said it long before the world believed it. He said it before the titles, before the fame, before the victories. Why? Because he understood identity. He spoke it until he believed it. And once he believed it, he lived it. Ali proved something important. The world doesn't label you, you label yourself. And the world eventually catches up to your belief. Failure is a teacher. Most people treat failure like the enemy. But champions treat failure like a teacher. Failure doesn't say, "You can't." Failure says, "Here's how you can improve." When you stop fearing failure, you free yourself to grow. When you stop running from mistakes, you start running toward mastery. Belief transforms failure from a dead end into a detour. Story. Walt Disney. Walt Disney, the creator of Disney Studios, was fired from a newspaper job because they said he lacked imagination. Imagine that. The man who built an empire of imagination was once told he had none. Later, when he tried to start businesses, he faced bankruptcy multiple times. His early theme park ideas were rejected. But he kept believing. Today, Disney is one of the most powerful brands on earth. All because one man didn't let failure define him. The danger of comfort zones. One of the greatest enemies of belief is the comfort zone. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels easy. Comfort whispers, "Stay here, don't risk anything." But comfort zones kill dreams. You cannot grow and stay comfortable at the same time. Growth requires discomfort. Belief pushes you to step outside the circle of safety and step into the arena of possibility. If you're uncomfortable, good. That means you're growing. Story. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos had a secure job on Wall Street. But he believed in the power of the internet and decided to risk everything to start Amazon in his garage. People thought he was crazy, selling books online. But he stepped out of comfort, followed belief, and today Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world. Had he stayed comfortable, he would have lived an average life. Because he chose belief over comfort, he changed the world. The role of vision. Belief without vision is incomplete. Vision gives direction to belief. Vision is the picture of the future you hold in your mind. Belief is the confidence that you can reach it. Together, they create momentum. Without vision, belief has nowhere to go. Without belief, vision remains a fantasy. So ask yourself, what's your vision? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? And more importantly, do you believe you can get there? Story. Henry Ford. Henry Ford had a vision: to make automobiles affordable for ordinary people. At the time, cars were toys for the rich. But Ford believed in his vision. He worked tirelessly, introduced assembly line production, and revolutionized the industry. He once said, "Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right." That statement captures the essence of belief. Because your belief shapes your reality. The weight of opinions. One of the biggest obstacles to self-belief is the opinions of others. Everyone has an opinion. Some will tell you you're not good enough. Some will laugh at your dreams. Some will doubt your potential. But remember this: other people's opinions do not pay your bills. Other people's opinions do not define your destiny. Other people's opinions cannot limit you, unless you allow them to. If you live for their approval, you'll die by their rejection. Believe in yourself enough to keep going even when no one claps. Story. Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh, one of the greatest painters in history, sold only one painting in his lifetime. Just one. People didn't understand his art. They thought he was strange, unworthy of recognition. But he kept painting. He kept creating. He believed in his gift even when the world didn't. Today, his paintings are worth millions. He is remembered as a genius. Sometimes belief means trusting your vision even if no one else does, because recognition may not come today, but it will come. Building resilience. Belief is not fragile, it's resilient. It's tested in the fire of adversity. When you face setbacks, belief says, "I will rise again." When you face rejection, belief says, "I will try again." When you face failure, belief says, "This is not the end." Resilience is the muscle of belief. Every challenge you survive makes you stronger. Every battle you win inside makes you unbreakable outside. Story. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln failed in business, lost elections, faced nervous breakdowns, and endured personal tragedy. By most standards, he was a failure. But he believed in his cause, believed in his country, and believed in himself. Eventually, he became one of the greatest presidents of the United States, leading through the Civil War and ending slavery. His story reminds us, belief is not about never falling, it's about rising every time you do. Your daily choices. Believing in yourself is not just a big, dramatic decision, it's a series of small, daily choices. Every time you choose courage over fear, you strengthen belief. Every time you choose persistence over quitting, you strengthen belief. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen belief. Belief grows with every choice you make. The fire within. There is a fire inside every human being, a spark of greatness, a flame of potential. But for many, the fire is hidden under ashes, the ashes of doubt, fear, rejection, and failure. Belief is the oxygen that brings the fire back to life. When you believe in yourself, you fan the flames. That fire grows into passion, persistence, and power. And once your fire burns bright, nothing in the world can extinguish it. The world needs your belief. Let me remind you, believing in yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. Because the world needs your gift. The world needs your dream. The world needs the impact only you can bring. When you doubt yourself, you don't just rob yourself, you rob the world of your contribution. Believe in yourself, not just for you, but for everyone who will be blessed by your courage. Doubt is expensive. It costs you opportunities. It costs you time. It costs you the life you could have lived. Think about it. How many times have you stopped yourself because you doubted your ability? How many times have you let fear talk you out of action? Each of those moments is a door closed, a blessing delayed, a possibility missed. The world is full of people with dreams buried in the graveyard of doubt. Don't let yours be one of them. The mind is a battlefield. Your mind is the greatest battlefield you'll ever face. On one side is fear, insecurity, and limitation. On the other side is faith, courage, and belief. The outcome of your life depends on which side you feed. Feed doubt, and you'll live small. Feed belief, and you'll live bold. Your mind is either your prison or your palace. You decide. Story. Thomas Edison's teacher. When Thomas Edison was a young boy, his teacher sent him home with a note for his mother. The note said, "Your child is addled, mentally slow. We cannot teach him anymore." His mother didn't show him the note. Instead, she told him, "My son is a genius. This school is too small for him. I will teach him myself." Her belief became his belief. And Edison grew into one of the greatest inventors in history, holding over 1,000 patents. The moral: sometimes one voice of belief can change the course of a life. Be that voice for yourself. Fear and faith. Fear and faith are similar in one way. Both ask you to believe in something you cannot see. Fear asks you to believe in the worst outcome. Faith asks you to believe in the best. When you choose fear, you paralyze yourself. When you choose faith, you empower yourself. Belief is choosing faith over fear, again and again, until it becomes your instinct. The long road. Believing in yourself doesn't mean the road will be short. It means you'll stay on the road no matter how long it takes. Most people quit not because they can't achieve their dream, but because they can't endure the waiting. But the waiting season is not wasted, it's preparation. Every delay is strengthening you, shaping you, preparing you for what's ahead. Belief keeps you walking when the finish line is nowhere in sight. Story. Jack Ma. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, applied for 30 different jobs, and was rejected from all of them. Even KFC rejected him. But he didn't let rejection define him. He believed in his vision of an online marketplace. Today, Alibaba is one of the largest e-commerce platforms in the world, and Jack Ma is one of the most successful entrepreneurs on earth. Rejection was not the end, it was the setup for something greater. Belief and action. Belief is the spark, action is the fire. It's not enough to believe in yourself, you must act on that belief. Too many people sit with belief but never move. They say, "I know I can do it someday." But someday never comes. Belief must be backed by steps. Even small steps. Because motion creates momentum, and momentum creates miracles. Story. Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, once said, "I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds. Think about that. 4 years of daily training, sweat, sacrifice, for a few seconds of glory. That's what belief looks like. It's putting in the work long before the world applauds you. It's preparing in silence so you can shine in public. Choosing greatness over average. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Average is easy. Greatness is hard. Anyone can live average. Average effort, average dreams, average belief. But greatness requires courage. It requires sacrifice. It requires belief in yourself when average people call you crazy. If you want to rise above average, you must stop thinking like everyone else. Stop following the crowd. Stop seeking permission. Greatness begins the moment you decide to believe in yourself more than you believe in the opinions of the majority. Story: Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein didn't speak fluently until he was 9 years old. His teachers thought he was slow. His parents worried he was abnormal. But he believed differently. He believed he saw the world in a unique way. And that belief led to theories that reshaped science forever. Your difference is not your weakness, it's your strength. Believe in it. The enemy called excuses. Excuses are comfortable lies. They let you stay small without guilt. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have talent. I don't know the right people. But here's the truth. People with less time, less money, less talent, and fewer connections have still succeeded, because they refused excuses and chose belief. Excuses keep you chained. Belief sets you free. Persistence and faith. Believing in yourself is not a one-time decision, it's a daily commitment. Every morning, you must renew that belief. Every obstacle, you must reaffirm it. Every failure, you must reinforce it. Persistence is proof of belief. If you truly believe in yourself, you won't quit. Because belief doesn't whisper, easy. It whispers, worth it. Story: Stephen King. Stephen King, the famous author, had his first novel, Carrie, rejected 30 times. Discouraged, he threw the manuscript in the trash. His wife pulled it out and told him not to give up. That belief gave him strength to try again. Today, Stephen King has sold over 350 million books. One moment of belief, one refusal to quit, changed everything. The legacy of belief. Here's something to think about. When you believe in yourself, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone who comes after you. Your children will see your courage. Your friends will see your persistence. Your community will see your resilience. Belief creates legacy. Your story of perseverance can inspire generations. You are capable. Let me speak directly to you right now. You are capable of more than you think. You have survived challenges you thought would break you. You have endured storms that should have drowned you. If you made it this far, you are stronger than you realize. Don't insult your potential by doubting yourself. Don't dishonor your journey by quitting now. You are capable. You are worthy. You are enough.